What's up guys? Today we're at my brand new house that I just moved into. It's a nice house, but I gotta say as the owner of Embers Living, when I'm walking through a house, all I'm doing is thinking about what I need to change, how I can make this house level up with all of our awesome products. I'm gonna give you a tour of the new house, show you what we got going on inside, and tell you how we're gonna level this place up with a little help from my own company. This is Pepper. She is a bag. She's the worst. We're gonna go into the kitchen area. So this is sort of like a little bit of a butler's pantry. This is a house that's only a couple years old. All the finishes are very nice, but it needs a lot of changes if it's gonna be an Embers house. You know what I mean? You guys saw how I souped up my last place. When we're looking at it with my wife, she's like, oh, I love this. And I'm like, no, we're changing that, we're changing that. So it's kind of a fight in our house, but in the end, she knows I'm right. First thing that's gotta go is this butler's sink. We are gonna be putting in our awesome $6,000 zip water sink. This thing's awesome. You need storage underneath if you're gonna be able to store it, and we have plenty of storage in here for the control panel for that sink. It does instant boiling, instant filtered, instant sparkling. It's a sink. All right, let's move into the kitchen. So this is the kitchen area. Again, very, very nice kitchen. Coincidentally, you know, we do dabble in appliances. It's not the main thing that we sell, but it is, we specialize specifically in high-end luxury stuff. And we're not an appliance store, but we do offer it. First thing, coincidentally, is it has a Bertazzoni Italian range, 48-inch range. This we already sell. So this was, I just got kind of lucky on, is that it's already in the house. So this would have been the range I was gonna put in anyways. I might have done a color instead of stainless steel, but scored there. This house is kind of unique where the fridge is on one side of the kitchen. So it's a 36-inch column refrigerator and then a 36-inch freezer. Now, what's really, really gonna take this kitchen level up is gonna be true refrigeration. So we're gonna put in a true refrigerator on the right, true refrigerator on the left. You probably saw in my old house, we did that in the kitchen and it just changed the kitchen. Huge improvement, definitely worth the investment, very awesome. And I have a 15-inch cabinet here and the dishwasher drain over there with a crawl space. So I'm thinking we need a true ice maker right here. Once you have an ice maker, my old house had it, you gotta have a standalone ice maker. It's just a game changer. Now, let's talk the main part of our company, Fireplaces. 15 years ago when I started this company, the only thing I sold was Fireplaces. It's the heart and soul of Embers Living. That's why it's called Embers, is it started as a fireplace company. So this was an automatic guarantee, is that this fireplace was coming out. Now, this is built into the room. So it's sort of this cavity here with this bump in, and then they put in a fireplace. Now this is a nice house. And I'm not saying that because I own it. I'm just saying, I want to illustrate a point here that's a huge pet peeve of mine. We talk to custom home builders. We deal with, you know, even nicer tract homes. And they're building these really nice houses, and they all put in base grade fireplaces. Not really an exception here. This is the base grade Kingsman Bentley model. Now there is an upgraded model of that, and a house like this certainly shouldn't be putting in a base grade. It's like, you don't put in base grade like laminate countertops, right? But with Fireplaces, for some reason, like fireplace, yes or no. Like that's the only option you get, yes or no. And if you say yes, they give you this turd. You don't say yes or no to countertops. You say, well, what kind of countertops? Do you want granite? Do you want quartz? It's really the same with Fireplaces. Now I'm trying to decide what to do. That's why I haven't installed this TV yet. I don't love this metal surround. Being a fireplace guy, this is where I'm gonna be the most picky, but this is definitely 1000% coming out. And I'm trying to decide, this is a 36-inch fireplace. Obviously the fireplace area is gonna be the focal point of the living room, just like in any house. I'm trying to decide how grand I want to make this. So I'm trying to decide if I do a bump out where I almost go window to window and put in a much bigger, bolder fireplace. Now this house is tightly insulated, so heat is not gonna be a huge concern of mine. It is rear vented out the sidewall. My last two houses, I put in the same Mendota fireplace. Huge Mendota fan. The only problem with Mendota for this house is they don't quite make anything humongous. So I could maybe get a 40-inch in here, but I'm almost thinking I want something 50 inches or so. My wife likes the traditional look, so we're gonna be doing a traditional versus linear, but stay tuned for what fireplace goes in here. But no question, this is getting redone. So the really cool thing about our products is most of the time most people don't even think that they need them. What do I mean by that? Well, most people either have a fireplace or they don't. And most people are really uneducated when it comes to fireplace options out there. So they definitely don't think about the fireplace. That's the number one afterthought, which is crazy to me considering it's the focal point of a living room. It should be like the most important part of the living space. Secondly, is people don't realize how much these products can really enhance the living space. The whole idea of what we're selling is to increase the enjoyment of the place you spend the most amount of time in. And that's gonna be your home. And that's what we're here to do, is everything we sell is awesome, it's functional, and it's fun. And it enhances the living experience, makes it more comfortable. And these are things most people don't think about. And again, this house is just fine without them. But let's see how we can level this place up. This is a tiny little patio off the front of the house. Honestly, this little patio is not gonna get a ton of use, but being an outdoor patio, basically Fireplaces is the heart and soul of our company. The next tier right behind that, which is a big part of our company, is gonna be outdoor living, outdoor kitchens, heaters. So if anything, maybe a small fire pit, the gas line's on the other side of the house, and then maybe a couple heaters up here. We do actually, believe it or not, carry deck boards. It's not something that we, highly advertise, but we do carry higher quality deck boards. I don't love the quality of the install on this. And what I've learned about deck boards and selling some of them, this is almost more of like a cheap plasticky deck board. And the problem with it is, even though it's composite, it's got like holes drilled in it. I think to save on material costs. Scalding hot. Don't want to be barefoot in the direct sunlight. So if you get something with more of a solid finish, a little bit better finish, it holds up better. And then also it's not as hot on your bare feet. So again, I don't know how much work I want to do, but changing out the decking is definitely a consideration. So we're going up to the third level. Want to show off. This really is the reason the reason we ended up buying this house was this next level up here and the potential that it has. This house doesn't have a basement. I think it was due to like some of the water table issues. So anyways, they built an extra sort of bonus room up here, which Embers can do a lot with. Let's go. This is the bonus room. I gotta have a good football area, something like that. But also, the wheels have been spinning on what I want to do from the standpoint of my company. There's a little bit of a wet bar here. Same thing, might do some better under counter, true refrigeration, some upgrades here. My Whistle Pig collection, don't mind that. But my wheels are turning. Gas line's pretty close by. I've been contemplating this is not supposed to be here. This goes around the corner. This room is not done yet. I've been contemplating doing a small bump out here and doing a fireplace. Maybe an electric fireplace or a gas fireplace. But if you own a fireplace store, you can't have just one fireplace. Now, if I had a basement, it'd be a no-brainer, be putting one down there. But not sure what I want to do yet, but there may be an indoor fireplace feature going here of some kind. I'm just not sure yet. Stay tuned for that. So this is the spot that really sort of set us over the edge on wanting this house, and it's the rooftop patio. So again, it's kind of a mess out here because we just haven't really truly figured out exactly what we're going to be doing yet. But we do know that this is where we're going to be spending a lot of time. So we got some patio furniture up here. There's no question a fire pit is going to be installed here somewhere once we figure out the layout. And then I'm thinking underneath these eaves, maybe not right here in front of the door, underneath these eaves where these couches are, if these couches stay here, is going to be Infratech electric heaters. So fire pits, heaters. We're also contemplating redoing the decking here because it does get direct sunlight. It needs to be upgrade. And then we're thinking about extending this patio wrapping around here. So we just have this flat roof that sits out here that kind of is unused space. And if we sort of do a wraparound, it's not really that expensive. It's just new deck boards and changing this railing. But maybe doing a fire pit out here or a wet bar with some more under counter refrigeration that we offer. But this is really cool because you can still see some of the mountains over that way. And then downtown Denver is right behind these trees. So Definitely spending a lot of time up here. This is where we have our coffee every morning. In the evenings, this is where you're gonna have a cocktail. So it needs to be tricked out by embers. So stay tuned for what's coming out here. Oh, we also forgot about one of the coolest things that's gonna be in this entire house, my new outdoor kitchen. That seems to be what everyone cares about the most. Let's talk outdoor kitchens. Let's go. Part of the main reason we decided on putting the outdoor kitchen down here on the main level is one thing that they did a really good job with which I like, is putting in these huge patio doors. So both of these slide all the way open. In the summertime, we can have like a true indoor-outdoor space. So the outdoor kitchen is just gonna sort of bleed into the living room a little bit. And that's why we just decided it's a nice transition. This is the existing concrete patio. Not humongous, so if anything, I don't have this designed yet, but definitely some heaters are going in here. Fire pit for sure. I just don't know where, if it's gonna go here or more out in the yard. But let's get into the actual yard. So the way this house is designed, we're actually in Denver, so it's more like an urban style living. So we have a detached 3-car garage here, and then the alleyway's back there. So this is the back side of the house. So all of this is gonna be concreted. These pavers are gonna go away. For now, bring over my trusty Napoleon P500 temporarily while we do the outdoor kitchen. If you can't tell what I like to use for a freestanding grill, I think you can tell Napoleon is really hard to beat for the money. So in a pinch, this is what I brought over. But here's my general plan. If you watch my video from the last house, this will be my 4th outdoor kitchen, and I've learned a lot. So what I realized I really wanted with this outdoor kitchen is the actual outdoor kitchen is gonna go up against the garage here. So my cooking spaces is all gonna be right here. Now in years previous, because I'm getting the hookup from the suppliers, I've gone crazy with like way too many cookers. I'm actually gonna simplify it. So I'm gonna do a gas grill and a pizza oven, I think, unless I'm enticed by something else. Big wide space, long space, plenty of countertop space, plenty of under counter refrigeration. That's all going up against this wall. Then about right here, I'm gonna have a serving island, probably 8 to 10 feet of a serving island with a bar on the backside. And just cabinets and refrigerators, lots of functional space and serving space, sort of like a hangout spot that's gonna blend into the indoor-outdoor area. I was thinking about, especially since the slopes down at the end of this concrete, I wanted to do a structure like right here and put in an outdoor freestanding fireplace, and then maybe a hot tub around that corner and bring the hot tub over from the old house. And then this place would really, really be transformed big time. My wife's against that. Here's the thing. She doesn't see the vision, but she's got to trust me on this. That's it in a nutshell. It's actually quite a few things, man, when I go through it, that this house actually needs from us. But the truth is, this house is only 2 years old. It's a lovely house. It's very pretty. We love it. It technically doesn't need a darn thing. There's nothing that this house really needs per se. But when you look at it from the stuff that Embers offers, and especially being the owner of the company, it needs a lot to have a true Embers touch. And when Embers gets a hold of this place, it's totally gonna level up this house. What I love about the brands and products that we sell and why I own this place, what I love about it is it's not like we're at like a windows covering convention or we're selling insurance, like really boring stuff. We're selling stuff that actually elevates the living experience, enhances the living experience, and makes it more fun and makes your day-to-day functionality of the place you spend the most amount of time in better. It's nothing that you need, but everything you want. That's what we're gonna do to this place. If you want help with Embers tricking out your place, you know who to get a hold of, Embers, obviously. But if you want this cool stuff, get a hold of us. Stay tuned for before and after. With each project, we're gonna make a separate video. Commenters, what am I forgetting? Am I forgetting my own products? What else does this house need? Maybe some awesome stuff I haven't even thought about. Let me know. Put it in the comment section.